Welcome to my live on YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do the same because I'm going to give out great nuggets on how to navigate life, on how to maintain mental focus, and how to be disciplined, and how to gain success in life. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, and then enjoy. So the topic today I'm going to discuss about self-discipline. You know how discipline is really a great key uh, in life, and it's really core to who we become and who we are in life. So it's important for you to be disciplined. It's important for you to maintain the grit. I know grit is a big word. Grit is what makes you to keep going. So I'm going to use a quote here, and the quote is from Paul Hill, and it says, if you don't control your mind, someone else will do. And just to ask a question, like, how many times have you told yourself to do something and you haven't done that thing? How many times have you said, I'll accomplish this and that, and you haven't? So today, it's a moment that we are going to dive in to get the hook on how to keep going, to be consistent, and to never give up in any way. In anything that we do, we can't stop. We just maintain the discipline that we have, maintain that abilities that you have, maintain that morale that you have to continue going, to be consistent. Self-discipline goes hand in hand with being consistent. So today, these are some of the key things that I'm going to talk about. And are this self-discipline really, what does it mean? So I'm going to give a kind of a definition, and always know that self-discipline is not punishment. It's a kind of giving yourself self-respect and to be in action. So also, it's a bridge towards the the goals that you have and the accomplishments that you had to gain. So welcome. Hi. We are tackling self-discipline today and what it does for us. And I've given out a definition of self-discipline. And it's important to train your mind to make things to be done. Because if you don't do that, at the end of the day, you're going to procrastinate and not do the things that you could like to do. And thus, there's a saying that says, people without vision perish. So do you want to perish, or do you want to be consistent? Do you want to maintain the discipline so that you can keep going to achieve your goals one by one? There's some core pillars to self-discipline, and I'm going to give you one by one. And if you can relate to any of the core pillars, then you're on the right track. And I encourage you to keep going and to keep pushing. One of them is clarity of purpose. Like uh, like if you're doing something, let's say for example you're going to the gym, you have to know why you're going to the gym. Why uh why are you being persistently going to the gym? What do you want to accomplish? So if you know what you're going to accomplish and why you're accomplishing that, then you have to maintain self-discipline, be persistent in whatever you are doing, and then you can be able to achieve that thing that you want to achieve at the end of the day. Another pillar is consistency. Consistency is an act of like having small acts done, small day by day, moment by moment, and those kind of build up each and every time. There's a book called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits teaches that habits done small each and every time. When we do those habits, we end up uh, we end up building habits each and every time that we do something. So self-discipline with consistency makes you build habits that are good or bad, and it can help you to learn and unlearn habits at the same time. Another pillar is accountability. To be accountable for something is really uh, great and important, because sometimes we say, let me be accountable for my mistakes, or let me be accountable for what I'm doing. So accountability helps to track progress and adjust when needed. And also it helps to reward effort. They keep you accountable. You're trying to see how far you have gone, how far you have come, like what you're doing. Is it worth of what you're doing? Is it of great importance? Can you be persistent on that? How is it gonna help you at the end? So those are the things that you can do to maintain self-discipline and be accountable at the same time. Another one is self-control. Self-control is really huge, and it helps you to master uh, it helps you to master impulses. It helps you to delay gratification and focus on priorities. So if you focus on priorities, that means you're kind of creating restraints in your life, and you're trying to make things uh, you're trying to make things your things in a way that uh, you're kind of having some form of control. And another way of discipline is kind of I know this one is indirect, but it helps in environmental management. And that means by surrounding yourself with people and spaces that supports discipline. So if you are in places or with people who support self-discipline, you are the next person to be self-disciplined as well. So it's really important or key to surround yourself with people who have a sense of self-discipline so that uh, when you are doing something or you want to gain the self-discipline that you want to gain, you can be able to gain it, because they say the people you hang around with can influence you in one way or another. So the way they influence you can make you pure self-discipline or not. Um, so we are going to another segment of the habits that strengthen self-discipline. I think this is the huge part, because habits are really a big deal in our movement, in the way we do things, in the way we live our lives. So number one is morning routines. Are They say like routines are really important because they keep you on the loop, they keep you moving, they make you to be in a constant motion. And when you have a morning thing that you are doing, when you wake up early in the morning, maybe for example, you say you start journaling, you start prayer, you start exercise, you start reflecting. Those are things that you do in the morning, kind of build into habits. Like it's like the things you are doing routinely are building into the habits, and the habits dictate the discipline that you are going to have. Also, time blocking. That's another habit for self-discipline. Uh, it's important that you plan yourself. Plan in a way that you have things you do hourly, you have things you do daily, you have things you do moment by moment, and by that way, you'll be able to be disciplined. And someone said, don't prioritize your schedule, but schedule your priorities. That's Steve Covey. So it's important that you prioritize things that are important to you and stick by them. And that way, you will be building self-discipline. Another habit is to track your progress. You know, it's important to track your progress, because you will see like, am I growing, or am I not growing? And you can do that by journaling, using a journal. You write down, maybe you want to gain discipline in a certain area of your life. Sorry. And then when you write those things down, and then one day you sit down and look at, these are the things that I've been doing, these are the things that I've been working day by day. Am I gaining progress? Am I growing? What can I do? If I'm not growing, what can I do so that I can grow in these areas? Or if you're growing, how can I maintain this growth to be the next phase of where I want to be, to harness the goals that I want to harness, to achieve the things that I want to achieve? Another habit to strengthen self-discipline is to reward yourself. It's important to create rewards. Even in psychology, they say there's reward and punishment. So if you reward yourself, you're able to gain motivation, and you can celebrate the small wins that you have, so that when you get the big wins, you're able to celebrate as well. So to sum up on the habits, it's important to kind of celebrate the small wins, and the big wins at the same time, at the same frequency or at the same level. Because if you treat small things as big things, you're able to gain success in any area that you want to gain in. And if you want to achieve self discipline, you celebrate the small wins and then celebrate the big wins that you are having in those areas. And then you'll be at the top where you want to be at. So another sport that I want to talk about is about mindset. You know, discipline is all about mindset. And you have to maintain a positive mindset for you to be self-disciplined, for you to gain the discipline that you want in an area of your life. And that mindset, you have to have a mindset shift. Like someone was saying, I saw a teacher teaching students, and they were saying, try to click this in your mind like this. That's like having a mindset shift. So if you have a mindset shift, you can be able to gain self-discipline. You shift towards the things that bring you joy. You shift towards people who make you grow. You shift towards things that you would like to be attached to. And in that way, you can gain self-discipline. So there's some phrases that we make that are of low mindset. Like, for example, I can't. I can't is a very low-minded statement, because if you say I can, that's a high-minded person statement. Why do I say so? If you say I can't, there's a possibility that you lose the morale to do that thing. You put it aside. You shove it aside. But if you say I can, you even try to brainstorm. You even try to seek and search and try to see like, hey, this is the thing that I wanted to do. How am I going to do it? At least you have that mindset, like I can. Or if you are deficient in some area and you don't know something, you tell yourself, let me learn this thing. I can learn on how to. If you tell yourself I can learn on how to, that means that you'll be able to accomplish the self-discipline or the mindset that you can have towards gaining self-discipline. Something to remember. Remember, motivation starts with a journey. Self-discipline is a journey. And remember that discipline keeps the motivation going. So, and also remember that failure isn't lack of discipline. It's feedback. It's a way to learn and reframe. So if you are failing in a certain area of your life, don't think that you're lacking self-discipline. Don't think that you're a failure. Failure is a way to learn. It's a way to do things that you have not done in a way. And failure actually, I can just add out of self-discipline. Failure teaches you on how to have self-discipline. Because if you have a reflection of why something happened, then you can be able to reframe it and make it. They say fake it until you make it. So you're going to fake it until you make it. And failure cannot be the part that hinders you to maintain the self-discipline that you want to have. So I'm gonna ask you a question, that's a personal question as someone who's watching me right now talking about self-discipline. What is the area of your life you want to become more disciplined in? For example, health, finances, purpose, or mindset. Ask yourself that question. And you can even drop answers on the on the live down there on that question. And let me repeat the question. What is one area of your life you want to become more disciplined in? For example, health, finances, discipline, mindset. There's even physical, body image, how we see ourselves. Such a things are some of the examples that you can maintain self-discipline. You can drop your comment down below and say, this is where I want to maintain my self-discipline in. And that is a way of maintaining self-discipline. So I'm gonna say some takeaway from this live. I know it has been a while, but remember that self-discipline is not a talent. It is a decision repeated daily. It's something that you do daily that makes you maintain self-discipline, and not daily in fragments. No, you are doing maybe health, and then you are doing health today, you are doing management tomorrow, you are doing finances the next moment. At least do one thing consistently and maintain that, and that is how you are going to gain self-discipline. So remember, the most successful people are not the most gifted, but they are the ones that are most consistent. So consistency is the key to self-discipline. Try as much as you can to maintain the discipline, to be consistent, to do things even if you don't feel like doing it. Just go ahead and do it. And then your body will get used to doing what you've been doing. And then that's how you gain success. You know, they say, how do you gain success? How do these people who are at the top have gained the success? It's just based on self-discipline that they have been having in their lives. And due to self-discipline, they remained consistent. And that consistency gave them uh, a way on how to get to the top. So as I'm closing the live, I'm trying to get you to ask yourself, what is one thing you want to gain discipline in? Number one. Number two, it's a bit of a challenge. For the next 21 days, which discipline action are you going to take to transform your life in ways that you would like to transform them in the section of discipline? And hope I'll see you next time. That's been a great live. I've learned also a lot during this life. And I hope you get transformed as I've been transformed as well, by maintaining the discipline, by having the grit and having the will to continue. I want to sum up by saying a quote from Winston Churchill. Success is not failure. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the willingness to continue that counts. So remember that for today. Like the willingness you put today is what will help you tomorrow. Even if you are successful in one area today, don't be complacent. Just keep going. Even if you have $1 million in the bank, just keep going. Keep pushing. Because sometimes Miles Monroe said, the enemy is your last success. Don't let the success you gained in a certain area make you not to gain success in other areas. Be persistent. Keep moving, because you may see, oh, I'm successful in this area, but what about other areas? Are you successful as well? So I'll leave you at that today, and hope you stay blessed. Subscribe to my channel, and you'll get more nuggets about life, about mental health, and about how to focus, and how to maintain a disciplined life, how to be successful in life. So I wish you a great day. If you are on the day, have a nice day. Happy Veterans Day, and hope you enjoy your day in a good way. And remember to maintain self-discipline. Bye-bye.